Hey guys, I'm back. It's Brother Ray. This is the video that I actually had planned on doing. I tried to do it. The video before this one was going to be about this video. This video, what you're going to watch, is actually what I was planning to record initially, but the video that I started to shoot took a life of its own, and I addressed some pretty things to think about. Okay. Yeah. So in the first video, I was talking about the double standards of atheists and things that they should realize, like things that atheists should realize when they, want to sell atheism to Christians. Hold on, this guy behind, like this guy. Okay, cool. All right. So things that atheists should realize about Christians is, you're looking at us like we're weird, but we're looking at you like you're weird, because you demand things that when we demand those same things from you, you can't supply them. Secondly, yeah, just watch that video and you'll see. Now, what I want to say is this is to the Christians. My question for Christians is, why is it that, please tell me why is it that you spend so much time debating atheists and you're trying so hard to convert atheists to Christianity, which is good. You should try to convert people to Christianity. What I'm saying is, why you focus so much energy on atheists, and why are you so stressed out and so worried and so he doesn't agree with me, oh, he doesn't believe in God, oh, how can she think like this? And why are you so stressed about atheists? Look, did you know that there's like only 100 million atheists in the whole world? There's 8 billion people. Most of the world believes in the existence of a higher being, a higher power, or higher powers above humanity that have influence over humanity. So atheists are a minority. There's like 100 million atheists in the whole world. Now, why are you not focused on preaching the gospel to people who already believe in God? Okay, they're more open to it, and there's more of them, which means that that's more people that's gonna go to hell, and you're focused on a more difficult group of people than the ones that have a more immediate need for God, right? I mean, everybody has an immediate need for God, but the atheists, they are essentially spiritually castrated. They have castrated themselves spiritually. So they basically sabotage themselves in a way where it's gonna take a lot for them to even for them to accept Christ. They don't believe in the existence of God, let alone accept that Christ saved them from eternal death, from spiritual death. They're spiritually dead themselves, because they deny the existence of a spiritual world, right? So you're worried about 100 million people, and there's 1 billion Muslims. Like, Indonesia alone has more Muslims than the entire population of atheists. There's like 100 and there's like 100 and I don't know the population exactly. I want to say 180 million to 200 million atheists. I mean, Muslims in Indonesia alone, right? Look, there's at least 100 million Muslims in the country of Indonesia. So the whole country of Indonesia, every Muslim in Indonesia is like outnumbers or is tied with the population of every atheist in the world. There's 100 million atheists. 1.2, 1.3, the numbers, they differ. 1.5, 1.8, 1.2 billion Muslims, and 100 million minimum alone in Indonesia. There's probably more Muslims in Pakistan than there are atheists in the whole world. Now, the Muslim already believes in God. The Muslim already believes that the biblical God is actually, God, even though they call him Allah and they give him different attributes, and there's clear differences between Allah and Yahweh. But the average Muslim thinks that the God of the Bible is the same God that they worship. The average Muslim already believes in Jesus Christ, in the historical Jesus Christ, that he existed. A lot of atheists denied that Jesus even existed, even as a man, as a historical figure. The Muslims already accept that Jesus is the Messiah, but they don't really understand what that means. But they do accept that Jesus is the Messiah, and that's kind of ironic because the Jews denied that Jesus is the Messiah, but Christians and Muslims, they both agree that Jesus is the Messiah. They believe that Jesus came from a virgin birth, right? Christians and Muslims, they believe that already. So that's 5 agreements that we have. They believe that Jesus Christ is alive. That's something that Christians and Muslims already believe. So they almost believe everything that we believe, almost, about Jesus and about God. So you have 1.5 billion people that you can reach out to that already are trained and already are in a position of actually listening to you. But instead of evangelizing them, you're evangelizing some arrogant, vegan, hippie, hipster, soy boy atheist who's very arrogant, doesn't even believe in that God exists, and you're arguing with this atheist and you're spending so much time with this atheist when you can talk to Muslims who outnumber people like those atheists. And they already are like in a position of accepting what you're gonna say, right? In a similar way, besides the 1.5 billion, 1.2, 1 point whatever, at least 1 billion Muslims, you have 900 million Hindus who not only believes that God exists, but they believe in millions of gods. So already that's almost 2 billion people, like almost the amount of Christians on earth, right? And then you have 2.5 billion Christians, right? And most of them are Trinitarians. So if you're a minority like me who sees the truth of the Trinity as being not a biblical doctrine, those people, a lot of them are not saved because they worship the wrong God. They don't worship God the Father and his son Jesus Christ. They believe that God the Father and Jesus Christ are actually one being. So basically they deny that Jesus is the Son of God. Basically, they're implicating that Jesus is not really the Son of God, because they're the same being, right? How can I be my own son? So they don't realize that. But you have a lot of work to do. Okay, if you're not a Trinitarian, you have a lot of work to do. You have 2 billion Christians for you to try to get them to realize the truth. But besides them, you have 1.3, 1.2 billion Muslims, and you have 900 million Hindus. You have another 200 million, 250 million Buddhists. And then you have like 14 million Jews. Already you have like a big chunk of the world's population for you to talk to. But you're focused on the 100 million atheists, many of them arrogant, and they just spiritually castrated. Now, if you're a Trinitarian, and you believe that the Trinitarians are right and whatever, you still have to, you have 1 point whatever Muslims to share the gospel with. You have 14 million Jews. You have 900 million Hindus. You have 250 million Buddhists. And you have all the other religions out there that already believe in the existence of a God. And you can talk to them but you're focused on the atheists, right? But this is the point. Like, if it's not working for you, if you're talking to atheists and none of them are coming to Christ, maybe you should talk to people that already are in a position of listening to you, people who already um, accept God, and better yet, people that already accept the biblical God, which is the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims. Right? Muslims, they think that Allah is the same God that's in the Bible. They think it's the same God, the Father, right? But they deny that He's the Father, so they, contradict themselves. But in their mind, they think it's the same God. Now, and you can talk to those people. Now, um, I mean, why waste time on people who are spiritually dead anyway when you have a chance with people who might actually have a chance, right? But of course, you can't ignore. You should preach to the atheists. You should try to bring them to Christ. After all, 100 million people is a lot of them. Um, I also did not include people who are not of any religion, but they believe that God exists. You can, that's another um, percentage of people that you should evangelize, of course. But now, I mean, somebody somewhere has to, evangelize atheists, and we have a lot. We have a lot of Christians already doing that, and a lot of them are successful. Now, the Muslims that leave Islam, and a lot of them are leaving Islam. A lot of Muslims that leave Islam. Did I say a lot of Christians that leave Islam? I meant to say a lot of Muslims that leave Islam, they become atheists. So it's vital that we reach out to them and say, look, I get it. You denied that Allah, is God, and you became an atheist. But Allah is not the same God of the Bible. And it's important for them to understand that, the Abrahamic God is not the same in Islam and Judaism and Christianity. Like, it's not the same. It's the same in Judaism and Christianity, if you don't count the Trinity, of course, because Jews reject the Trinity. But point is, Allah is not the same biblical God that we worship. So, with that exception, a reversal of that rule is, yes, if you really wanna preach to atheists, go for ex-Muslims. Give them priority. Okay? And if and God should tell you what your calling is. If your calling is to reach those arrogant, spiritually castrated atheists, or the respectful and polite and professional atheists, or the average atheist, or the scholarly atheist, whatever your calling is, do it. Maybe your calling is to evangelize, the Mandeans. Maybe your calling is to evangelize, some remote tribe in Papua New Guinea, or Brazil, or Congo, or something. Whatever your calling is, obey it. But I'm just saying, a lot of Christians are way too focused on atheists. We have way more people besides the atheists that already believe in God. We have almost 2 billion people that already believe in the biblical God, but they're not Christians. So I mean, just and assess your values, assess the priorities. If you're evangelizing atheists and you're getting no results whatsoever, maybe you should reconsider. You should probably start talking to Muslims and Jews and other so-called Christian groups who are not really Christians, or whatever, or Buddhists, or the Mandeans, or some private small little tribe in a little island off the coast of India, whatever. That's what I'm saying. If, again, I repeat, if you're evangelizing atheists and it's not working at all, maybe it's not your calling. Spread the gospel to other people, other groups of people. But if you are evangelizing atheists and it's working, even if you got at least one, that's very good. One soul is worth more than all the money in the world. There's no price on soul. It's priceless. If you got one, that's very good. You know, keep going. If it's not working, then, you know, expand a little. That's about it. I hope you guys understood me. If not, you know, write in the comments and I'll respond in the comments, or I'll make a video based on your comments. You know, this is not scripted. I'm driving, and like I literally had to park my car just to talk. I'm just thinking out loud, and at the same time I gotta pay attention to my surroundings so I don't get into a car accident or etc. Right? And I want to make sure that I don't say something stupid. I got to think it through. I don't want to repeat myself, say the same thing again and again in the video, even though I think I have done that. You know, these are stream of consciousness thoughts right here in the moment. So, and I want to make sure that my beard, you know, my goatee looks good, and I look good in the video, etc. So, plus I'm hungry, so, you know, I need to put some food in my body so I can, you know. Anyway, keep shooting more videos as I go. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Brother Ray, be blessed.